I'm the Heartbreak Kid. I'm Shawn Michaels. I'm gonna stop you, Undertaker. How do you expect to shoot straight when you can't even see straight, boy? Now go pick up my hat. So, what is going on, people? Well, I have a bit of a change in plans for today, and it's not completely my fault. I guess I could have ordered the shoes earlier, maybe. But so, UPS was supposed to be bringing a box over here at some point today, and they were out. I got the email saying, hey, you can follow your delivery online. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. I'll click this little link. And I clicked the link, and they're like, oh, wait, no, we can't do it. We missed you. It's like, no, I don't think you missed me. I've been home all day. You just don't want to do it. So that's fine. It happens, right? There's a tropical storm or something going on? I don't know. Something's going on outside. So they probably had other things going on with that. So I get it, right? The shoes should be here tomorrow, and that means that the video will happen tomorrow, or maybe the next day, because I already had a different one planned for tomorrow. So we'll see. I mean, if you really want to watch shoe videos of mine, it's highly likely that I have several you haven't seen, so you could go watch those. But if you're going to stick with me through this unboxing and all that, more power to you. Totally support it. So let's do that, shall we? So this right here, this box did come today, thanks to the good people of FedEx, right? Because they didn't let the rain stop them. Isn't that supposed to be like part of the whole thing? Like the mail doesn't stop, like whatever the rain or the weather's doing, like it keeps going? Somebody needs to tell UPS about that, because I think they may not have gotten the memo. But anyways, so here we are, right? This is a box that came in from Ringside Collectibles. If you're familiar with them, that's awesome. Maybe we can talk about stuff later. If you're not, well, you're gonna kind of be familiar with them after this. So here's the thing, right? A while ago, I think it was last week, got a little email from them, because I get emails from them like almost daily. And they had some stuff, and I was like, I want that. Now, that happens all the time, but this time I was like, I want that, and if these are in stock, these are going to be mine right now. Right? Here we are. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get on into this, shall we? And these are looking pretty alright. Alright. Don't need that guy anymore. Yeah, so this right here, right? Give you a little close-up shot, kind of, sort of. So, I'm an action figure guy, right? It doesn't come out a lot because there's really no reason to talk about it. But I am. If you're Jeezy, you probably know that because he makes the videos every so often. I comment on them, saying things, we talk about whatever we talk about. But I haven't picked up any of my own in a while. So these, when I saw the email, because I had seen these at Comic-Con last year, because I do that. You know, I go to San Diego almost every year, not this year, to see what's going on in that world and all that stuff. And they did have these out there. They also had the Master of the Universe things, but I saw these also, and I was like, well, okay, whenever all this stuff comes out, I'm gonna have to jump on it. So like I said, Ringside Collectibles, they had these in stock as of a couple days ago, probably still today. So I made my order. I didn't get the full set, because the thing is, when you get the full set, when you get all four, right, it kind of triggers that completionist mindset. And I fell deep into that little rabbit hole with a bunch of Masters of the Universe, the 2002 series, and the Motu Classics in, 2009, I think? Not doing that again. Not at all. Because I got a whole bunch of that stuff now. And I don't even know why. But anyway, so we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about these. Though, real quick before we get into this little review, if you want to call it that, I keep forgetting to say something to him. But maybe sometime, like I'd like to get with Jeezy. Hopefully he's watching this and he'll see this before I remember to talk to him. And maybe we can do like a once in a while kind of get together, do a little live thing, talk about some action figures and stuff like that, because it's a common interest, right? So, anyways, moving on. We're going to start with, I'm not sure if I want to start with Shawn or Undertaker. We'll save Undertaker for last. We're going to go with Shawn Michaels first, right? So, this right here, as I said before, it's the Ghostbusters, oh, I didn't say that. This is the Ghostbusters WWE collaboration thing. I have some other collaboration things they did, because there was the wrestlers with the Ninja Turtles. I got wave 1 of those, but not wave 2, because wave 2 looked like butt. But anyways, so here we go. This is Shawn Michaels, right? And I'm going to have to work some close-ups in there probably, and after I open these maybe. because I'm not doing all that right now. But anyway, so I don't know who he's supposed to be modeled after, if any of these guys are after specific Ghostbusters in general, because I never saw the Ghostbusters movie, so I wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I know Slimer, and I know that there is a black guy. That's what I know of Ghostbusters. And there's the Marshmallow Dude. That's it. But this was a little bit more to grab my attention, right? Because of the wrestling thing. So basically he's here in slightly ring attire, because if you look at the clothing there, you can kind of see on the side, he's got the normal stuff on the side of his pants, and that half shirt sort of thing where it looks like a towel that you just cut a hole in for your head. That's exactly what that looks like to me. I mean, maybe there's a word for that. I don't know what it is though. And he's got the little DX thing going on the armband, and he has the ghost capturing backpack or whatever. I don't know what you call it, but he's got that thing going on too. And some fancy lime green, volt green, scream green, maybe more apt. Whatever they call that green down there, they've got that going on for his little ghost capturing backpack effects, I guess. So that thing down there, it's not part of the ghost catching backpack as I thought it was. It's that floor thing where you step on it, and then that happens, and then he goes inside. So it's not too bad of a figure. It looks pretty detailed also, like in the face and stuff. I wouldn't say it's the best one that I've seen, but it is still pretty good, because some of those newer ones are looking really amazing with the detail. But all in all, I am content with it. So one thing that I didn't really notice about Shawn here is that, for one, he's not bald, so this is not a correct figure. And two, he's got a weird look on his face. I mean, he always has a weird look on his face, but I mean, I'm just saying though, you know? Otherwise, the detail is pretty good though, and everything's pretty nice. Arms are a little loose in some positions, but hey, you know, it's to be expected for something like this, mass produced, but overall, pretty happy with that. And then of course we have the main reason I bought this pack, the Undertaker, right? Now this one right here, it's kind of weird because I'm not sure what it's made of, and I'll figure that out once I get it opened and all that stuff, but it's some kind of, it almost looks like wax, honestly. But as you look at it, you can tell it's kind of like a semi-clear-ish purple all around, right? From top to bottom. And then he's got a belt that's in some kind of weird color, some kind of voltish green color. And even the emblem of the belt, the main metal part, that's even got a bit of a green tint to it, like a greenish yellow. See if you can see that in there. But yeah, so overall though, I mean, and I can only say so much, but looking at the figure as it is through the box, looks like it's done pretty well. His face looks to be etched pretty nicely and all that stuff to add in some detail. And then the rest of him looks very much like your standard Undertaker style. But he is wearing a tank top and possibly no pants. So that's weird. But, you know, it is. I mean, he looks like he's got underwear on, but underwear and a tank top. So I guess he's just doing that. But I mean, if you're dead and you're living that afterlife life, who's going to tell you what to do, right? So anyways, there's that for you. Like I said, hopefully I will have slipped some other pictures in here. And also as a side note, one of the things that kind of was cool to me is like when I saw these two, because I didn't care for was it Cena and The Rock? Yeah, definitely wasn't getting those. But these two, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, they were also the headline of the first WrestleMania I went to, 26 back in Arizona. Yeah, so that was pretty cool seeing him retire Shawn Michaels. A little bittersweet, you know. And if you've been watching the Undertaker thing on the network and all that, I don't know if you saw this Sunday's episode where he was talking about his whole thing with going in and having that match in Orlando, which would have been 33, and how he didn't like it. I also didn't like it, so we've got that in common. I thought it was terrible. Not just because he lost to Roman Reigns, but because it just seemed bad. And then I see him talk about it, the show clips, I'm like, oh yeah, it was bad. And then I was also there next year when he made this glorious comeback, if you will. Was actually in shape and ready to rock, and that one was pretty alright. So good on him. If he comes back again, that'd be great. If he doesn't, I get it. But I would like to see it if it's going to be decent, right? Okay, so here we have the Undertaker. He's going by Mark Calloway nowadays, I suppose. But anyway, so one of the cool things about these, detail-wise, they got you can kind of tell from certain angles there, they got the tattoos on the insides and outsides of his arms, so that's pretty nice. And as I said, the head was done pretty well too. Doesn't have the hat on right now because then you can see how well the head is done, you know what I'm saying? And then there's the belt. The one thing I don't quite like, the way these hips are working, you can't really sit them down basically or give them that whole kneeling position. And the heels here are a little bit stiff. Usually if you run those in some hot water, they loosen up, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. So yeah, he's not very mobile, so it's basically WrestleMania 33 all over again. So anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this thing up because I feel like I've talked long enough. Because I want to get these things open, see what they're all about, stand them up somewhere, and have them as a decoration that you won't be able to see because you only see this angle. Alright, so from me to you, seriously, thank you for watching. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Like I said, tomorrow, Thursday, I will likely be doing one of those reviews over a pair of shoes that I bought a long time ago and haven't quite worn yet. That there's a possibility that I'll be doing 2 reviews that day. So maybe 3, depending on how you want to look at it. But we'll see. Otherwise, I'll just save some of that for Friday because why cram it all into one day, right? I mean, I got nothing to prove, right? What am I doing here? So there's that for you. Keep an eye out if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I honestly don't care. Like, the videos are going to be watched by people regardless of if you are or are not there, right? That's how the world is. It keeps moving. But if you are there, great. I would really appreciate that. So there we go. All right, that's it for me. Got to do some editing. Later, people.